Hey, what's up, guys? It's Aburns here with Engineer Corner back for week 2 of the tutorial videos that we're going to be posting. So I got a lot of response from the first one. Appreciate you guys so much doing that, like and share and all that. Be sure you do that with this video. And this week we're going to touch on something really cool, I think, and that's reverb and delays. How to set up and use a reverb and a delay in Pro Tools. I had a lot of people ask me how to do this because you can't listen to a song on the radio right now without there being reverb and delay. It's just an awesome thing to add dimensions to your mix and to your song. So let's jump right in. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And thank you guys for the support. All right, let's get started. Let's just dive right in, and I'm going to show you how to do it with plugins that come with Pro Tools in case you just run basic Pro Tools plugins. And then I'll show you some of the things that I use in case you want to go ahead and invest in some plugins. So as you can see, these top 5 tracks right here are soloed. These top 2 green ones are the acoustic guitar, just to kind of have some music to go along with our vocal. Then this big red one is going to be the main Vox, which is the actual vocal we're going to be working with. And then your 2 orange down here are the effects tracks. So first thing I want to show you, how do you get these effects tracks? So you're going to go up here to track, you're going to click new, then this window is going to pop up. You're going to type in the number, say I want 2. I'm going to go to stereo, and then I'm going to click where it says audio track, and it'll have a drop down menu. Go to aux input, then just hit create. As you'll see, these 2 green ones that just popped up down here say aux 1 and 2. That's going to be where you can set one is your verb and one is your delay. I'm going to go ahead and delete those just because I've already got mine set up, but that's how you get them. And then the next important thing is your inputs and outputs of those effects tracks. So you want to keep the effects tracks, the delay and the reverb, both with outputs 1 and 2, which is your bottom. This top drop down is your input. The bottom drop down is your output. So I keep them at 1 and 2. And then for your input, you want to go into the bus and select, whatever number you have open or whatever number you like. I'm just going to select 1 and 2. So that's going to be important because when you come over here, as you can see on my main Vox, this middle column, and if you look at the top, it says sends A through E. So that's going to be your sends column. So I went in here, and you're going to select bus, and then whatever number that you put as the input for your effects track. So if it was 1 and 2, you're going to select 1 and 2. If it was 5 and 6, you'd select 5 and 6. When you do that, this little fader is going to come up, this little floating fader, and you'll see it says main Vox, send a bus 1 and 2. So it says, you're sending to bus 1 and 2, which you can look down here and say, okay, my input on my verb is bus 1 and 2, so it's going there. So this little fader is not going to control the volume or anything on the actual waveform of the Vox, the main vocal. This is going to control how much of it you send to the reverb. So if you want to send the whole track, you put it all the way up. Your whole track's going through the reverb. But you'll see why. You're not going to want to do that. So I'm going to hit Command plus, pull up my mix window. As you guys can see, there's really no mixing on this since it's just the tutorial. This is not the finished session. But let me go ahead and play for you guys right now what we have. This is completely dry, no reverb, no delay, no anything.
There ever was a girl who was right by my side. It's the one who...
So as you can see, that's completely dry. But I am sending right now absolutely nothing to this verb, even though it's set up. So in your send categories, these little faders, I'm going to move it up to just say -17. Now, there's no plugin up here on the inserts of this reverb track. So even if I were to play it,
there ever was a girl who was right by my side.
It's sending, but there's no reverb because you have not selected a reverb plugin to go on the effects track. So next step, after you've sent it to the reverb and you're getting signal, go up here to your inserts, click it, go to multi-channel plugin, and then go to reverb. Now, I have a few more things because I run Universal Audio and, the Scarlett reverb and things like that. But these top few come with Pro Tools. So just for this tutorial, if you're running basic Pro Tools, you can hit AirReverb, and that will pull up the plugin for the AirReverb, which is this right here. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and turn my Wi-Fi off so I can get a better streaming video for you guys. So this is the AirReverb, and right now, set at room size 100%, reverb time 1.9 seconds, 100% mix. So you can go in here and literally, the cool thing about the basic ones is they have a few pretty cool, presets you can pick from, like a medium haul. So you can go in here and literally change all these knobs. I'm going to change the room size just a little bit down and the reverb time a little bit down, leave the mix 100%. So right now, when I play you this vocal, I'm going to go ahead and unsolo the guitars and play you this vocal running through the reverb. So right now, all I have soloed is the main vocal and reverb. Now I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna do just like I did the last video, and I'm gonna solo it and unsolo it so you can hear it as it goes. All right.
If there ever was a girl who was right by my side, it's the one who fills up the room and brightens up my eyes.
So as you guys can hear, obviously that vocal is set and it sounds like it's in a hall. And that whole reason is because over here we went to sans, bus 1 and 2, which is the equivalent of the bus 1 and 2 input on the verb. So we are sending a little bit of this signal to the reverb, meaning that we are putting a little bit of reverb on top of the dry track. We are not putting the whole track through a reverb. So I'm going to solo the guitars again and play it for you. Just because, I think especially when you do tracks like this, or even like house music, reverb is really essential to kind of set the tone. So I'm going to go ahead and bypass this so there's no reverb. And as it's playing, I'm going to turn the reverb on and off for you guys so you can hear it.
If there ever was a girl who was right by my side, it's the one who fills up the room and brightens up my eyes. I never feel alone because she stays up all night.
So as you can hear, it just kind of adds a little bit more presence to it and kind of makes it sound like, especially when you do live stuff, that they're performing live and he's not sitting in front of a mic, just singing or whatever. So that's how you set up the reverb. That's how you can kind of play with the reverbs that come with Pro Tools if you're just using basic Pro Tools. So I'm going to go ahead and unsolo this. And we're going to move on to delays now, because delays for me are super cool. I use them a lot. They definitely help, add a little bit extra where something is needed. So we're going to do the same exact procedure we did for the reverb, except I'm going to click the main Vox track. I'm going to go up to my sans, and instead of using bus 1 and 2, I'm going to go ahead and use bus 5 and 6. Now, if you look right here on my delay, that's because my input is bus 5 and 6. So now this little fader is going to send this signal to 5 and 6 instead of 1 and 2. So same exact procedure. Click up here, insert multi-channel plugin, go to delay. Also, I have a lot of extra things as far as plugins, but this Air multi-delay is something that comes with Pro Tools. It looks a lot like the AirReverb I just showed you, and they have some pretty cool effects in here too. So presets, let's just do simple 8s. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this for you and let you hear what it's like with the delay.
If there ever was a girl who was right by my side, it's the one who...
So, okay, obviously you can hear, you would never use that delay in this song, but, delays are really cool for doing like intros and outros, or even just some pretty cool effects and things like that. I don't know what you guys are running as far as plugins, but my preferred delay is the H delay by Waves. I absolutely love this one. I usually set my delay for 1/2 turn the feedback down to like 20. And now I'm going to play this for you guys with the guitars and let you kind of hear how the delay works.
There ever was a girl who was right by my side. It's the one who fills up the room.
You know, for me, that's just a little bit more subtle delay, and it kind of adds a little bit more character to it. So I like the way that it sounds. It also works great if you're doing ad libs for rap songs or anything like that. So for fun, let me go back and show you guys what I like to do as far as a reverb, because I don't, being a professional audio engineer, I don't necessarily work with the reverbs that come with Pro Tools. So my preferred reverb, if you can get it, is the Lexicon Emulation reverb. This emulates one of the greatest reverb units of all time, the Lexicon, and I like the plates. I like the way that it sounds. So let me play for you guys how it sounds dry and then with this.
There ever was a girl who was right by my side. It's the one who fills up the room.
And actually, you know what? I hope you guys caught it. We did not switch over the send up here from 5 and 6 to 1 and 2. That's why there was no signal coming to the reverb, but it was going to the delay. So if you run into that problem, you can say, hey, look, the signal is coming to the delay and not the reverb. So I need to switch my inputs of where I'm sending it. So I'm going to go back here, send it to bus 1 and 2. Now we're good. It's going to go to the reverb. So here's the dry, and then I'll click on the Lexicon unit that I like so you can hear it.
There ever was a girl who was right by my side. It's the one who fills up the room and brightens up my eyes. I never feel.
So for me, it's just a real subtle reverb, but it's one of those things where you don't realize how good it sounds until you take it away. And people that listen to music, they are not going to know the difference between a plate reverb, a room reverb, whatever. But the artist will definitely know. And for us as being audio engineers, it's definitely something worth using. So I hope you guys got a lot out of this. That's how you set up and use a reverb and a delay send for your tracks. So, have fun with it. Use it mildly. If you want, use it to the extreme. Do some Kanye West stuff. Make some crazy sounding, effects and delays and things like that. As always, if you guys have any questions, shoot me an email, aburnsproductions@gmail.com. Check out the website, www.aburnsproductions.com. And until next time, you guys, keep mixing, keep mastering, and keep perfecting your craft.